My dad, my dad was a youth pastor. I got dragged to church. I'm not necessarily dragged, just like I was little and that's where we went. I didn't really know better. We went there for a really long time. I heard about the gospel a lot, and I understood that God was like really just and really big and wanted to kill me. And that was like my understanding of God for a long time. And so I tried to be really good and get on his good side. And I would fail and get really scared and upset. And then, anyway, so that was my, until about 7 and 8, I started kind of getting more of an idea of God and his grace and who he really was. Then I was in a Christian school, and I was in first grade for the second time. And, yeah. And then we went to this clown performance where they shared the gospel and sang Bad Boys a whole bunch. And I don't really remember anything, but I remember that for some reason I felt like I needed to go up front and pray. So I did that. And I think I got to the point, I was getting to the point where I was starting to understand. I don't know if I really truly understood the gospel, but I guess if I was going to say nail a moment, that would have been kind of when like true understanding really started. But I still struggled with legalism throughout the rest of my life, and tried to make God happy. I went to high school, was part of my youth group, which my dad was my youth pastor, which was awkward. Fell in love with someone in junior high, was going to marry them, I was sure. And like, anyways, it's hard to, I won't give the whole spiel there, but basically she dumped me, and I was heartbroken my junior year. Spent the summer weeping into a pillow, and I decided I was going to win her back on a mission trip, because the guy she liked wasn't allowed to go on the mission trip because he was 21 and an alcoholic, and so she wasn't allowed to go on the youth trip, and so somehow he weaseled his way to come with the adults. Our meeting is later, but that's later on. Anyways, so I was like, I'm going to win her back to this mission trip. This will be all good. And then I got the news that her sort of boyfriend that her parents hated was coming, and I was broken. I was like, oh no, it's not going to work. So I went outside and was like weeping again and praying. And I was like, God, I don't know what to read or what to do, but just make it all better. And so I opened my Bible and I flipped to the book of Hosea, which was interesting. As I was reading it, I'm like, she's a whore. And I'm like, anyways, that was my first response. But then God kind of smacked me upside the head and was like, no, you've been prostituting yourself in your heart, and like for a really long time, it's time to, get your priorities straight there. And I was going. It hurt. Anyways, so continued on, went to Fusion, did Fusion, went to India, went to bounce around churches a little while. And, I guess it's also important. I didn't get baptized after I professed faith because I was scared of water. To this day, I still cannot get splashed in the face with water. I hyperventilate and get really upset. It's one of the, it really freaks me out. I think I'm going to drown. I can stick my face in water now. I just can't get splashed with water. The shower, I have to be very careful. All right. Anyways.